Namaste, Jai Bharat. It's impossible to talk sense to people who think they are very capable, whereas their capability runs minus. I'm talking about Muhammad Yunus, the technical advisor to technical things which is non existent in Bangladesh. Bangladeshis have this habit. Like we say, the Lahoris are loud. They say so many things, whereas they just can't do anything. And these Bangladeshis, who had been with Pakistan for quite a long time, had learnt the art of boasting themselves for nothing from Pakistanis. They are also too loud. They say so many things. And Muhammad Yunus, in spite of his so-called education and Nobel Prize, is no exception. Of course, when you talk about education, it reminds me of what Maharishi Akshapada Gautama said something in 3rd century BC. He says, information, if it has to become knowledge, it should have a property of bhatita. I'm not going into that, but I'll just mention that information that you get, it should affect the person who receives information in a manner that it should refine the person who's acquiring the information to a point of refinement which makes him a sanskari. So, if this is refinement is a process of eliminating the impurities, making him more pure. So, this information that which comes to you should have the property of affecting the person who receives information to turn him into a refined human existence. And if it doesn't happen, then this information does not turn into what may be called as knowledge. This is precisely what happens to many people who go and gather information, but the information doesn't enter into his system. That means a system only to refine him into a refined human existence. This is precisely what happens in many places. They say that the more you know, like a mango tree with plenty of mangoes, the more it has mangoes, the more it puts its head down, branches down. So, a person with more knowledge will become more and more humble and, of course, simple. This should be the case of knowledge. But here we make a distinction between knowledge and information. And for people, those who are so-called educated, they are only information level. This is what happens with people like Muhammad Yunus, in spite of whatever praise they get. Now, what kinds of foolishness he had been doing? He thought he would capture the Siliguri corridor. Small stretch of land that is connecting Bharat with our northeastern state to just one portion of northeast. The Siliguri corridor makes us reach Guwahati faster, but not beyond. So he thought that he would be able to capture Siliguri corridor. That's another stupid idea of his. He can't do that. Whatever he might do with China, they can't do it, because that side is other nations which are neither China nor so friendly with Bangladesh, who will play the tune of Bangladesh. Okay, leave that alone. Even if he is successful in catching Siliguri corridor, big problems, because it's not that easy. So he thought he will be able to capture Siliguri corridor with the help of China, and he started dreaming that he would annex some portions and create a greater Bangladesh. This was his initial thought. I don't know, he must have made the radical Bengalis who were foolish enough to believe in it happy. He must have made them happy. And the radical Islam, of course, they don't even think with their knees, they think with their toes rather. So they must have thought that this is coming, etc. etc. The radical Islam do not understand anything. They don't want anything. They simply want to be free. They simply want no one should stop them from whatever they are doing, and they continue doing whatever they wanted. That's what kept happening in Bangladesh. So he thought of doing it, and of course Bharat knows how to take care of things, and they have been taking care. But then, much before Yunus ever thought of, Yunus ever dreamed that he could become advisor to Bangladesh, Bharat had a different project to reach our northeast other than through the Siliguri corridor, and that project is called Kaladan project. That project should be completed by this year. This is not a new plan. This was planned long before. That simple as that. We have a sea route, Calcutta to Myanmar, and then from Myanmar to Tripura road. Now, Bharat planned for this Kaladan project, not because Bharat knew or we knew that Muhammad Yunus is going to come there and he would start speaking about Siliguri corridor. It's not because of that. Because via Siliguri corridor, if you go to northeast, especially the far-flung portions of northeast like Tripura, Arunachal, etc., it takes 10,000 kilometers of distance by road. But this route, sea route, Kaladan project, reduces those 10,000 kilometers less than 5,000. Less than 5,000 or less than half. So that was very economically very viable for Bharat. So this project was thought even then, and this project is going to get completed this year, 2025, and we don't really have to depend on Bangladesh or Siliguri corridor to reach the other end of northeast, be it Tripura, Mizoram, or places like that, Arunachal, even the other portion of Assam. Not to go via Siliguri corridor. Siliguri corridor helps us to go to Guwahati faster, but from Guwahati it's very far. Other places up to Guwahati, to places like Meghalaya, it's okay. Siliguri corridor is taking less time or is less far. But the other sides of the farther end of northeast, which is mostly northeast, this Myanmar road, this Kaladan project route, Kaladan route is much easier, faster, and to only some portion is through sea, through water, and the rest by road through Myanmar. Then we reach Tripura and to the rest places, which is that side. So this will be done this time, and by the time Muhammad Yunus and his stupid thoughts, and he thought China would help, but now China is in a fix. China won't be able to help beyond a point. So if after the Kaladan project, Bangladesh will be surrounded by Bharat all over. Now it's only landlocked, but through sea also we'll cross them. Where is their navy? What kind of navy they have? Do they have a dream that they can fight? Of course, those loud Bengalis who learned being loud from Pakistanis would continue thinking that they can do it. They will speak, and after getting blown also they will not understand, because that's gone into the blood of being stupid and idiosyncratic. So this is it. This is it with Kaladan project coming. The Siliguri corridor, with showing the Siliguri corridor, he can't even dream of saying something. We'll have other alternate routes. We have other alternate routes. Only thing, it has to get commissioned. And that will happen this year. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.